Kevin doesn't know we're doing this right now. He's gonna be so upset.
I'm supposed to be pricing ball pythons. So we've got baby elephant trunk snakes.
Give him a whirly-do there. give him
I'm not stirring the snake, Donny.
I didn't say stir it. Shut up. Should we do the whole video where you're talking about it?
I'd like to not.
Are you gonna stand like that? You know
I'll stand like this. Oh. Well, now the floor's wet because you flooded the place.
No, I didn't. I got it.
Here's why elephant trunk snakes are probably the worst pet you could ever own. It's basically a scaly leech. But in a real, actual note, they're actually pretty challenging to take care of. Not a lot is actually known about these guys because they're so challenging to take care of. So it's an animal that requires a lot of attention and research. If you get water quality messed up, I mean, these guys can go downhill really, really fast.
Look at that. He's breathing. Isn't that? Look at that.
Life-sustaining oxygen.
Hey, if you're watching this video and you want serious information, you got it.
They do need a lot of oxygenation in the water. So like air stones are really great. So Donny, you know what? As cool as this is probably not the best enclosure for one.
What are you talking about?
Just saying.
I asked what would be the best, and I came back with this, and he's like, this is why I won't sit next to you in Animal Con.
This is actually kind of one of the really cool things about them. I don't know if you can see, but their tongue, the forks on their tongue are incredibly wide. You'll be able to see these giant forks on its tongue, like cat whiskers. These guys it's all about feeling and of course tasting the water around them to try to find delicious fish. These guys love to eat fish.
So you're saying they taste the water to find fish?
Yeah, just like snakes that live on the ground use their tongue to smell for rodents or other prey items. These guys are doing the same thing, just underwater. These guys eat toughies, little feeder fish, and they go right for them. So anytime there's anything like fast moving around, catches their attention, that tongue with those big forks starts going a mile a minute, and they're trying to find it, and bam, they go right for it.
Why is the water so gross looking?
Tannins.
Tannins.
Lower the pH balance of the water.
Yeah.
And increase the acidity.
Nice. You heard it here, guys. We get that knowledge that you just don't find on other YouTube channels.
Or Google.
Yeah, Google doesn't have what we have.
So...
Hey! Wait! Who's up there?
He's had a hard day. So if you are impulsive enough to go and buy one of these at your local reptile show, first of all, kudos to you for even finding one. But second of all, hopefully you've done an enormous amount of research. So there is not a lot known about these guys, as I mentioned earlier. So as far as care, raising an animal from a neonate to an adult, there's not a lot of information actually known. I think they've only been successfully bred in captivity maybe even once. So the vast majority of these guys are imported animals. You know, as with most imports, they're a struggle to establish. And when you've got a species with the added issues of water quality and all these other things that we have to pay a lot of attention to, you're almost just guaranteed to set yourself up for failure, which is kind of a bummer because these are such cool snakes. Another reason these guys are probably the worst pet for you to own. Again, if water quality is not right, they can go downhill really fast. They're incredibly susceptible to fungal problems. And treating fungus while an animal's underwater is incredibly difficult. A lot of times, terrestrial snakes we can treat with like an ointment, something like tenactin or something like that. You can't do that for an aquatic animal. So we have to work to get the parameters of the water back to where they need to be, pay really close attention to those, the pH balances. It just takes an extra level of attention to detail that most terrestrial snakes really don't require. So we don't know a whole lot about these guys as far as raising them in captivity. We also still don't know a whole lot about them in the wild. Check out this really cool video a friend of mine got of actually a mass of file snakes breeding in the wild. It blew my mind, and I think it's probably one of the only times it's ever been captured on video.
Now that we're back from that.
So one of the other problems with these guys is they're really good escape artists.
But they're not getting out of this. This is, you see this?
I mean, yeah, probably not. Probably not going to get out of that.
That's right. Perfect enclosure for elephant drumsticks.
Well, these guys, especially if you've provided branches or anything underwater they can kind of get up and hold on to, they're going to find their way and snake or sneak out of that. Once these guys are out of water, they look like kind of gross and they're not going to move all that well. So the chances of survival out of the water is pretty much zilch.
One of your dogs or cats is probably going to find it and slurp it up. No, act like you're going to drink it.
No, I'm not gonna. It's on my lips, bro. In closing, guys, if you decide to get one of these, hopefully you've done as much research as possible. These guys are incredibly difficult to maintain, but probably one of the coolest snakes that you could actually keep. So if you're up for the challenge, go for it. And man, I mean, you're not going to get anything cooler than this. It's a water slug.
All right, you can drink it now. Say, like, and subscribe. Perfect. I gotta turn my camera on, dude.
You didn't turn your camera on.
There you go.
Dragonfly.
All right.
Donny, look, a dragonfly.
You have a chainsaw in your hand.
Oh, there you go.
Happy birthday, Kevin.
Oh, man.
Mikey. Mikey had some beautiful flowers in his house.
Oh, yeah?
You know, I think he's a Disney princess.
He is.
Here we go, Mikey. Okay.
There you go. Get in there. Yes. They're gonna chew the stump up.
So, how do you like your peanut butter? Chunky or creamy? I like. Can you actually tell me what I like? Can everybody guess? Am I that basic?
I thought you ate chunky.
I do.
Is that chunky? Yeah, chunky's good.
Yeah.
It gets stuck in my teeth though. I don't really like that.
Well, good thing you still have your teeth, Donny.
Some of them, yeah.
All right, conjunctivitis away. I wonder if we'll have like